The music magazine industry, which grew and thrived in the 1950s and 60s with the publication of Rolling Stone and NME, has slowly been declining over the past decade. The introduction of free music online has led to the downward spiraling of the music magazine sales. This has had a massive impact on today's music magazine industry. Firstly, many music magazines, like Rolling Stone for example, have had to widen their audience bracket by covering a range of popular culture topics in their issues instead of having a purely music-based magazine. Even more prominently, NME, for example, have been forced to become a free online music magazine simply because the circulation on their print copies wasn't high enough. We interviewed a local shop owner asking him about the sales of music magazines.
Why do you not sell music magazines here?
Unfortunately, we don't have the footfall of young people coming in to buy them. It's obviously a post office, so it's more the old age pensioners that are buying the magazines.
What changes have you seen in sales of music magazines?
8 years of working in this sort of business, I've seen magazine sales go from up here to down there, and it's probably down to social media more than anything.
Mojo is a popular classic rock music magazine, which was published in 1993. The first issues had artists like John Lennon and Bob Dylan as its cover stars. The magazine was recognised for its in-depth coverage of popular and cult bands. As we can see, this issue of Mojo still uses the Beatles as its cover image. The way that this is an old image with all of the group in looking youthful, stylish and cool implies that the aim of this magazine is to keep classic rock alive and desirable. Furthermore, it also infers that this magazine aims its target audience at people around and over 35, basing its sales on their desire to fulfill sentimental happiness, buying music magazines like they used to in their youth. The page's colour scheme, black, white, red and yellow, develops a stylish and mature appearance to the magazine, a look which will appeal to an older audience. The colours black and white connote a sense of classicality and stylishness, making the buyer believe that they are purchasing something of high quality, and therefore fulfilling an unspoken need to feel stylish in themselves. Additionally, the use of yellow and red adds a brightness to the front cover, making it eye-catching so it will stand out against other music magazines. This issue's feature headline, The Beatles, John vs. Paul, The Truth, draws readers in as they will all believe that they will find out something new and exclusive about such a classic, well-known band. Furthermore, this anchorage works with the cover photo, as John Lennon and Paul McCartney are the two who are looking straight down the lens of the camera, adding a sense of directness and honesty, therefore making the reader fully believe that they are going to find out something the Beatles have long kept a secret. Another marketing technique this magazine uses is its free CD. We can tell that this is one of the magazine's most pinnacle selling points, as it advertises the free CD in the very top left-hand corner, so that even if the rest of the magazine is hidden behind other magazines in the aisle, this offer will still be seen to attract buyers. The contents page sticks to the black, white and red colour scheme which we saw on the front cover, keeping up the stylish feel to the magazine. The image used, a low-key, medium close-up of Jean-Michel Jarre, a French composer, performer and music producer, adds elements of mystery to the magazine. It can be expected that most readers will not know who this man is, and therefore the shadows on his face will make the readers want to find out about what he is hiding, hereby enticing them to buy the magazine to read and find out. The conventions of a contents page can be seen here too. The large, bold and striking headline of contents at the top of the page informs readers that they can find the article page number here. Furthermore, the issue number and date also stand out at the top of the page, letting the reader know that how relevant and up-to-date the issue is. Even more prominently, the contents page uses a quote from Jarre at the bottom of the page to let readers understand that the articles in this magazine are exclusive and reliable, as they come from first-hand accounts. This magazine includes a 24-page special on the Beatles' number ones and the stories behind each of them. The first double-page spread in this special talks about the Beatles' first number one, From Me to You, in 1963. This special is presented in chronological order, so like a timeline, the year in which the spread revolves around is printed in a large red text box with white font in the top left-hand corner. This makes the magazine easier for the reader to navigate and understand. The main headline on this spread is Sunshine Supermen. This is an effective title as the article talks about how January 1963 was the 20th century's coldest month, with even the Beatles' record Please Please Me not being able to melt the snow. However, by April, when From Me to You was released, the snow had all gone and the song was a success, inferring that Sunshine Supermen links the Beatles' talent and success to have been the cause of the turn in weather and hereby comparing them to superheroes. This double-page spread is unconventional in the way that it is split up into small articles surrounding the same subject, rather than one long article. This layout provides the reader with a multitude of things to read, giving them variation in the style, some of these articles being generic report-style pieces, and others being broken down into a list format, as the article That Was the Year That does. This technique ensures that the reader will not be overfaced by all the text and be put off from reading the article. Similarly, the images are used to accompany the different articles and break up the text as well. The main photo in the top left-hand section is an old photo taken of the Beatles. As the image is of a soft focus and does not appear to be posed, the reader is led to believe that they are looking at an exclusive photograph of the band. Additionally, the use of these old-fashioned photos are complemented by the page's border of newspaper edges to create a vintage style to the page, again linking in with the stylish quality of the magazine.
Classic Rock is a British magazine dedicated to rock music. Its primary focus is on influential bands from the 1960s up until the early 90s. Starting off as an inconsistent hobby, the magazine soon took off, becoming one of the UK's best-selling magazines. The image on the front cover shows Joe Perry, Alice Cooper and Johnny Depp dressed in classic rock attire, looking directly into the camera, giving an impression of openness. This is supported by the picture being front-lit. The white background of the image heavily contrasts the blacks of the foreground, giving a sense of difference and edginess. The blackness is only furthered by the darkness of Joe Perry's glasses as well as Alice Cooper's eyeshadow. Even further contrast is in place through the bright pink colour of the feature headline, Hollywood Vampires. The phrase Hollywood Vampires is effective as Hollywood has connotations of fame and celebrities, which is heavily contrasted again by the phrase vampires, which implies the group as being dark, gritty and reclusive. The scene is mainly aimed at rock fans over the age of 35. However, the involvement of Johnny Depp expands the audience to a younger age group due to his involvement in films like Alice in Wonderland. The trio are relevant due to the forming of a new supergroup that's a revitalisation of the original Hollywood Vampires. This shows the magazine is delivering up-to-date news on current events while sticking to their classic rock coverage. The involvement of the CD adds additional value to the magazine, covering up-to-date exclusive which fall in line with the hard rock audience of the magazine. The inclusion of the free CD banner in the top left emphasises the feature, making the magazine seem like more of a deal. The contents follows the main conventions of a music magazine, displaying an easy-to-follow layout with obvious page numbers in a simple but classy format. The large picture links directly to the front cover, showing a similar black and white background image. The contrast highlights the newfound purity for the refounded Hollywood Vampires, as the white conveys purity whilst the black hints at their once not-so-pure ways. The side column highlights the features of this edition of the magazine in bold black text, which highlights the name of the article with a short paragraph below explaining what it's about. The text in the middle of the image contains the start of a quote, "I was probably the most consistent drinker." This entices the reader, making them wonder if there's a change in his ways or if he's still the way as he was. This helps sales through curiosity. The majority of the double-page spread is taken up by an image of Johnny Depp and Alice Cooper, which again follows the theme of black on white. This time, it goes hand in hand with the black on white text on the opposing side of the DPS. The page to the right also has a theme of red, fitting with the title, as well as accenting around the page. The title itself is a clever pun that rips on the show Vampire Diaries, as the article gives an insight into the lives of the Hollywood vampires, much like a diary. The pictures on the right side of the DPS contain instantly recognisable faces, highlighting the Hollywood-esque all-star supergroup nature of the band. Both images also carry a red tonal aspect, aligning with the page's accenting. The formal nature of the text contrasts with the comical images and features dotted around, which balance the page, giving a formal yet playful feel, balancing the DPS away from being too cheesy.
Notably, these were the only two music magazines sold in my local co-op. We can see that the two magazines appear to have clear similarities, both covering the classic rock genre, promoting older artists and bands on their covers, and, equally as important, both promote themselves with a free CD. These similarities can tell us that the main audience for music magazines today are people over 35 who will recognise older artists on covers from times when they were younger and bought these magazines regularly. In consequence, we can infer that there are very few magazines aimed at younger audiences, as the content in which the music magazines would cover is not well established, and invariably the magazine would not be able to interest such a diverse audience. This is why the most commonly sold music magazines are aimed at niche or older markets.